We have come to Jantar Mantar, and here Resident Welfare Association members have gathered protesting against the construction of a 10-story building in the Ridge area in Delhi. They've been protesting, saying that this is going to massively impact the residents who live around the Ridge area. Construction will impact people who live around. So we want to ask you what are actually the issues other than the impact of the construction which will happen nearby. What else are you protesting for?
No, we are protesting basically that this construction should not go on because, as it is, there are almost 4,000 people, 4 to 5,000 people living in this colony of ours. And this is one of the biggest blocks in the whole of Vasant Kunj. And we have almost about 900 flats out here. No other sector has got so many flats as much as we have. So, and when DDA built these houses, the roads were very narrow, and if you remember all the DDA houses, they have allotted us the houses with only scooter garages. Now nobody owns, hardly anybody owns scooters in this colonies, and the number of cars which are parked out there in the colony is massive. So many cars are there. There is no parking space. People are parking on the roads and they are blocking each other. Double parking is going on, and that will create a nuisance. No doubt, the builders have said, we'll have underground parking. But what about the access to the building? The access roads to the building is through our houses only. It's just passing through our roads, and we have paid for the development of these roads. We have paid for the development of the security of this area. DDA never bordered this whole block of ours.
This is also actually a question of environmental clearance, how it was granted, and I was reading about how this is going to this is also a question of how much is this going to impact, and how was this permission given to construct such a building in the Ridge area, which is a forest area.
But what I have heard also from the RWA executive committee, that the sanction was a forged document. I have no proof about it, but yes, if they are saying it and they have filed an FIR in the court saying that the sanctioned documents are forged, so I think the government should look into it, and why the courts should look into it. Why the legal documents which are, they say that it's true, and if it's a forged document, then they have to take action.
Have you approached the MCD and DDA regarding this?
Definitely,
What response have you given?
definitely, everybody, the RWA has, we have filed FIRs with the police also, and we have filed appeals in the courts also. All the courts we've gone to, and we have also raised this point of forgery, which is a big issue, because if they are getting sanctions like this, because they are mafia, they have the money, so they are getting all the sanctions from the authorities.
So actually, what stage are we exactly in? I mean, when was the sanction given? I mean, when is the construction going to start, or has it already started? What is the stage we
the
are at?
the timelines of the when the forgery or the sanction was taken, I can't say it. The secretary of the association can definitely say it. But yes, last year we came to know about this sanction, and the builders had started coming in, and so we did try to stop them from entering a colony, and we filed cases in the court. For some time there was a respite, but the court, in their wisdom, did not give us a stay. So now recently they have started going, and since we do not have a stay on the colony, they have brought in their cranes and started digging up. And earlier to that also they had cut a lot of trees.
Yeah,
Also.
uprooted more
Uprooted a
than
lot of
30 trees. More than 30 trees have been uprooted there.
Yes.
More than 30.
Yeah,
Okay, and what is
there's no NGT clearance, and on top of that, the MCD people have given whatever permission they've given it by forgery.
have you heard anything back from MCD or DDA regarding this?
It is already in. They all party in the different courts. They
They are
all
party
party.
in the court, so what reply will they give? They
Our
won't give any
secretary
reply.
will be able to give you the more details.
My name is A.B. Johnson. I am the General Secretary of the Resident Welfare Association of Sector B, Pocket 1, Vasant Kunj. The issue today, which we are gathered here at Jantar Mantar, is to protest against the approvals given by various authorities in the morphological ridge. The ridge or the morphological ridge is what we call the green lungs of Delhi. And today in November, when we see that the AQI is down, it's very disappointing to see the authorities are approving approvals for a high-rise structure with 10 stories and 3-level basements in the middle of the colony of B1 without doing a due diligence as to how it will impact the rest of the residents. We have 3 schools near that construction which will impact 6,000 students. We are fighting this case legally, of course. We have gone to the Honorable Supreme Court, the National Green Tribunal, and to the Delhi High Court, challenging how could a forest land which belongs to the central government, how could it be given to a private builder? Is the government stating that the ridge is now up for grabs for privatization? So that's the issue which are protesting against today.
My name is Rashmi, and I'm a resident of B-1 Vasant Kunj, and I'm an architect also. And so I look at things from my perspective here. So there are a lot of things which I feel haven't been planned while this construction came up. Of course, the first thing is the sanctions, which looks very dubious because 4 5 months may for such a big society never construction sanctions happen. So that is the first thing. Second is I don't know who's been approving all this because जब आप एक कॉलोनी प्लान करते हो तो पॉपुलेशन डेंसिटी देकर चलते हो कि इतने एकड़ में आप इतने रेजिडेंट्स को एकोमोडेट कर सकते हो उसके हिसाब से यू डिज़ाइन द प्लम्बिंग वाटर सप्लाई रोड नेटवर्क एट्सेट्रा ना आप सोचो उसी उतने ही एरिया में उतनी ही रोड्स हैं उतना ही प्लम्बिंग की पाइप्स जा रही हैं वाटर सप्लाई है and suddenly 2 300 houses are going to come up 7 800 residents so how is the infrastructure forget about human beings if one doesn't want to how is the infrastructure also going to kind of cope with this kind of pressure look at the road network जब इतनी multi storied societies plan होती हैं तो उसके आगे there is a certain minimum width of roads which is required क्योंकि इतनी गाड़ियाँ अंदर जाएंगी और बाहर आएंगी तो वो रोड विड्थ कहाँ है वो रोड विड्थ है ही नहीं तो ड्राइंग्स में कुछ दिखाया हुआ है बट वो रोड विड्थ एक्चुअल में तो है नहीं सो जिन्होंने सैंक्शन दिया है दे नीड टू relook at things ki why is this wrong sanctioning being given uh, of course as I said infrastructure पे बहुत फर्क पड़ेगा इतना बड़ा जब कंस्ट्रक्शन होता है ये एक फैक्ट है कि जितना पोल्यूशन है उसका सबसे ज़्यादा जो भार है वो कंस्ट्रक्शन वेस्ट के ऊपर है सबसे ज़्यादा जो वेस्ट है सबसे ज़्यादा पोल्यूशन कंस्ट्रक्शन की वजह से होता है हम व्हीकल्स को ब्लेम करते हैं हम फार्म फायर्स को ब्लेम करते हैं बट कंस्ट्रक्शन इज़ अ वेरी वेरी मेजर पार्ट ऑफ डिग्रेडेशन ऑफ एनवायरनमेंट इन एवरी रिस्पेक्ट अभी जब इतना बड़ा B1 के अंदर जहाँ आसपास इतना डेंसली पॉपुलेटेड है ऑलरेडी आप बीच में इतना मल्टी स्टोरेड बाद में बनाओगे जहाँ 25 30 साल से लोग रह रहे हैं तो आप सोच सकते हो कितना वेस्ट होगा कितना मलबा बाहर निकलेगा कितने ट्रक्स बाहर जाएंगे कितना मटेरियल चाहिए होगा कितने ट्रक्स रोज अंदर जाएंगे बिकॉज सो मच ऑफ मटेरियल बिल्डिंग मटेरियल कहाँ से जाएगा वो सब उनके पास कोई अलग रोड नहीं है ये सब करने के लिए वो हमारी जो छोटी रोड्स हैं इंटरनल रोड्स हैं उसी के थ्रू सब कुछ जाएगा तो मुझे समझ नहीं आता कि ये जब ये सब चीज़ें क्यों नहीं ध्यान में रखी गई जब ये सैंक्शंस हुआ बिकॉज प्लानिंग अभी आज के टाइम में इट हैज़ टू बी कंसिडरिंग द एनवायरमेंटल थिंग ऑल्सो कंसिडरिंग द इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर ऑल्सो यू कांट टेक प्लानिंग डिसीजंस लाइक दैट so it's a request to the government, to the people who have sanctioned this, to have a relook at all these things before letting them proceed further.
Thank you so much. The construction started around 6 months ago. It was green and lush, and there was a lot of biodiversity around. So tell us, how have you changed? Have you seen that area change in the past 6 months? And what do you anticipate?
Madam, I am basically talking about not only that part, I am talking about very fundamental questions. Now, this government, this judiciary, and everybody has been misled by the builder mafia. Now, if you see legally also, the construction permission has been given on a plagiarized EIL report. That means there has been no impact assessment on environment, on the residents. Nothing has been done. This is a totally plagiarized report, and our basis of fighting in the court is also this. We have actually taken the making the court notice this, that how can on a plagiarized report which is based on some other area you can give construction permission. You are taking Panipat ka, if there is a open ground is there, you are taking the report of impact assessment construction over there in Vasant Kunj, how it is possible? You just take a simple example. If there is a small land allotted to say your family, and three sisters are there, one sister decides, okay, in one room she is gonna construct a 10-story building, whereas your house is only 2-story building. There are no other doors, no passage, nothing. So it is totally impractical. So even the government has been basically taken for a ride, judiciary has been taken for a ride. So we are there with the government, we are asking, please cancel this plagiarized report, do the environmental impact assessment. You yourself will realize that it is practically, theoretically, logically impossible to construct this kind of building. What you are going to do is you are destroying the ecosystem of the whole Vasant Kunj. It is not a question of only B1. Now there is a metro station coming nearby. By digging 3 story down, you are gonna do lot of pollution, lot of damage to the ecosystem over there. The whole infrastructure of the B1 will be shattered. The residents will be shattered. There is already so many, you can understand, in any colony already there are so many problems of parking, water, space currents, and so many other things. If this construction is allowed to occur, then there will be tremendous impact on the health of the residents also. Besides this total destruction of the environment, total destruction of the ecosystem, there will be mental issues will be there, there will be cardiological issues will be. I am talking on the basis of my medical knowledge. I am a orthopedic surgeon, so I am not talking in air. I am basically talking about the authenticated published reports which says these kind of construction will have a long lasting irreversible impact on the health, on the cardiology health, on the ENT problems, on the psychological health. So why do you want to destroy everything? Are we here to just please one person, that is the builder mafia, at the cost of so many so many residents, at the cost of taking, who's taking government for right, who's taking judiciary for right, which is, I we stand with the government. We don't want government or judiciary to be taken for a ride, and we believe, we understand that the government will change the system sooner or later, and we are here to actually appraise the government, appraise the judiciary, appraise the common person. Please stand up against the injustice and destruction of the infrastructure. That is what is our simple plea. I am Dr. Kamal Bachani. I am an orthopedic surgeon as well as I am executive member of the present RWA Vasant Kunj B1.
इन वसंत कुंज से 1990 जब हम वहाँ आए थे बहुत ग्रीनरी थी, बहुत ग्रीनरी थी। अब वहाँ पर में स्पैरोज, पैरट्स, पिजन्स, पीकॉक्स, इतने आते थे, इतने पेड़, इतने घने पेड़। जो भी आता था बाहर से कहता था वसंत कुंज दिल्ली में सबसे ज़्यादा ग्रीन एरिया है। अब जब ये बिल्डिंग बनेगी पूरी 9 फ्लोर्स की, तो आप सोचिए वैसे ही हमारे बर्ड सारे चले गए। ये साल हो गए हमने पीकॉक नहीं देखा अभी अपने टेरेस पे, पिजन्स नहीं देखे, सारे बर्ड्स को, एक बर्ड्स अब आ ही नहीं रही है वहाँ पर में। और पेड़ जब वहाँ पर में जो एरिया है जहाँ वो बिल्डिंग बन रही है, वहाँ बहुत सारे पेड़ थे, पहले ग्रीन था पूरा। अब आप जाएंगे आपको मुश्किल से 4-5 पेड़ दिखेंगे, सारे कट चुके हैं। अब हु इज रिस्पॉन्सिबल behind this? Why have they cut the trees? So it is, for the government to see. अगर हमें अपने पेड़ की एक प्रूनिंग करानी होती है, we have to take permissions and sanctions. अब वहाँ उन्होंने इतने पेड़ काटे, who is responsible? So where do we go? Now we are residents, so where will we go? Whom do we ask? We can only ask the government कि ये जो भी DDA की लैंड में हो रहा है, जो प्राइवेट बिल्डर आया है, यू प्लीज लुक इनटू दिस मैटर एंड प्लीज जो सैंक्शन दिया हुआ उसको हाई राइज का, उसको आप स्टॉप कराइए।
You were also speaking about some sort of confrontation that you had with people.
Yeah,
And
we were having a peaceful protest. I was there, and last year in September it was. So वो सारे builders आए and they pushed the residents. Many females were hurt and they were really very badly hurt. And they had lady bouncers who were with them, and they had really big nails, और उन्होंने सबको स्क्रैच किया, ग्रैब किया, और काफ़ी हर्ट हुआ लोगों को, रेजिडेंट्स को। सो हम रेजिडेंट्स ने फिर भी पीसफुली उनको कहा कि यू शुड नॉट, वी ऑल आर एजुकेटेड, यू कैन नॉट गेट इनटू अ फाइट। जो बात प्यार से और अच्छे से हो सकती है वो लड़ाई झगड़े से नहीं होती। हम तो यही रिक्वेस्ट करते हैं कि जो आप ये कर रहे हो इसको आप स्टॉप करो, और हम रेजिडेंट्स जो है, हम सीनियर सिटीजन्स है, बच्चे हैं, हमारा फ्यूचर है वहाँ पर में। प्लीज आप ये हाई राइज को जो भी गवर्नमेंट से रिक्वेस्ट है, आप, yeah, there are two schools, pre-primary schools in between B1. There are parks. Our children play there. Our senior citizens go and sit in the parks. When they start the building, 300 laborers will come there to make the building. और जब वहाँ पर में ब्लास्ट होंगे, इतना पुराना कॉलोनी आप सोचो, पूरा वाइब्रेशन होगा। और जो इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर हमारे डीडीए ने हमारा बनाया है, उस हिसाब से हमारी पाइपलाइंस और हमारा इलेक्ट्रिसिटी का लोड है। अब पाइपलाइंस तो वो पुरानी डली हुई है 89 88 से। अब जो वो बीच में नई बिल्डिंग बनाएंगे, पानी कहाँ से देंगे? ऑलरेडी ग्राउंड वाटर इतना लेवल नीचे जा चुका है, इलेक्ट्रिसिटी कहाँ से देंगे? वो हमारी बिल्डिंगों में से ही जाएगा। और अलग से तो कोई पानी या नदी तो वो वहाँ लाएंगे नहीं, तो कहाँ से पानी आएगा? वैसे ही हम मोटर 15 मिनट चलाते हैं ताकि वेस्ट ना हो पानी, और एक टाइम पानी आता है। जब ये 9 मंजिल 8 मंजिल जब स्टोरी बन जाएगा, तो हमारा पानी कहाँ से आएगा? और हमारी बिजली का क्या होगा? हु विल बी
और
रिस्पॉन्सिबल?
दिल्ली जल बोर्ड, जितना हमें समझ में आया, उन्होंने कहा पानी कैसे आएगा नहीं, अगर आपको कनेक्शन की अप्रूवल चाहिए तो ले लीजिए। अब वो कैसे जनरेट होगा? टिपिकली वी आर गोइंग बैक टू द सेम कल्चर ऑफ टैंकर्स। जो अभी आपने दिवाली के आसपास बसंत कुंज के थाने के बाहर बहुत टैंकर्स देखे थे, जो गवर्नमेंट ने सुप्रीम कोर्ट में कहा था कि हम टैंक जो ये टैंकर्स के जो ओनर्स हैं, वो गवर्नमेंट जो देश की रिसोर्सेज है उनको डिप्लीट कर रहे हैं। ऑफकोर्स अगर आप पानी नहीं देंगे तो सिटीजन्स को तो कहीं ना कहीं से सर्वाइव करना पड़ेगा ना। सो इट्स बेसिकली, अगर आप सोचें तो एक टोनी नेबरहुड जिसको हम कहते हैं वसंत कुंज, इट विल बी आई थिंक वर्स देन जेजे क्लस्टर. We'll have no place to walk. We still don't have much place to walk because of too many cars. Our future is totally gone.
Future is at stake with the air pollution. You see the AQI level of Delhi. वहाँ इतना बड़ा बिल्डिंग बनेगा, वैसे ही वहाँ सारे सीनियर सिटीजन्स हैं, उनका क्या हाल होगा? रोड पे तो चलना मुश्किल हो जाएगा। इतनी छोटी छोटी रोड्स हैं। आप सोचिए जब कंस्ट्रक्शन के व्हीकल्स आएंगे अंदर, तो कहाँ जाए? सड़कें ही नहीं है। दोनों वी हैव, या खत्म। सिक्योरिटी, सेफ्टी, इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर पुराना, हमारा इतना पुराना डीडीए का फ्लैट्स बने हुए हैं, ब्लास्ट होंगे, उनके व्हीकल्स आएंगे, इतना कंस्ट्रक्शन होगा, सब कुछ दाव पे लगा हुआ है। आई एम रेशमा आहूजा, रेजिडेंट ऑफ B1 बस।